Chapter 18 of the Great Big Treasury of Beatrix Potter. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Jenny Lundak, with Mason and Jefferson Montoya. The Great Big Treasury of Beatrix Potter, by Beatrix Potter. Chapter 18. The Tale of Pigling Bland. For Cicely and Charlie, a Tale of the Christmas Pig. Once upon a time there was an old pig called Aunt Pettytoes. She had 8 of a family: 4 little girl pigs called Crosspatch, Suck Suck, Yuck Yuck, and Spot, and 4 little boy pigs called Alexander, Pigling Bland, Chin Chin, and Stumpy. Stumpy had had an accident to his tail. The 8 little pigs had very fine appetites.
Yes, they eat, indeed, they do eat,
said Aunt Pettytoes, looking at her family with pride. Suddenly there were fearful squeals. Alexander had squeezed inside the hoops of the pig trough and stuck. Aunt Pettytoes and I dragged him out by the hind legs. Chin Chin was already in disgrace. It was washing day, and he had eaten a piece of soap. And presently, in a basket of clean clothes, we found another dirty little pig.
Tut, tut, tut! Which error is this?
Grunted Aunt Pettytoes. Now, all the family are pink or pink with black spots, but this pig child was smutty black all over. When it had been popped into a tub, it proved to be Yuck Yuck. I went into the garden. There I found Crosspatch and Suck Suck rooting up carrots. I whipped them myself and led them out by the ears. Crosspatch tried to bite me. Aunt Pettytoes, Aunt Pettytoes, you are a worthy person, but your family is not well brought up. Every one of them has been in mischief except Spot and Pigling Bland.
Yes,
sighed Aunt Pettytoes.
And they drink bucketfuls of milk. I shall have to get another cow. Good little Spot shall stay at home to do the housework, but the others must go. 4 little boy pigs and 4 little girl pigs are too many altogether. Yes,
said Aunt Pettytoes.
There will be more to eat without them.
So Chin Chin and Suck Suck went away in a wheelbarrow, and Stumpy, Yuck Yuck, and Crosspatch rode away in a cart. And the other 2 little boy pigs, Pigling Bland and Alexander, went to market. We brushed their coats, we curled their tails and washed their little faces and wished them good-bye in the yard. Aunt Pettytoes wiped her eyes with a large pocket handkerchief. Then she wiped Pigling Bland's nose and shed tears. Then she wiped Alexander's nose and shed tears. Then she passed the handkerchief to Spot. Aunt Pettytoes sighed and grunted and addressed those little pigs as follows.
Now, Pigling Bland, son Pigling Bland, you must go to market. Take your brother Alexander by the hand. Mind your Sunday clothes, and remember to blow your nose.
Aunt Pettytoes passed round the handkerchief again.
Beware of traps, hen roosts, bacon and eggs. Always walk upon your hind legs.
Pigling Bland, who was a sedate little pig, looked solemnly at his mother. A tear trickled down his cheek. Aunt Pettytoes turned to the other.
Now, son Alexander, take the hand.
Wee!
Giggled Alexander.
Take the hand of your brother Pigling Bland. You must go to market. Mind,
Wee!
Interrupted Alexander again.
you put me out.
Said Aunt Pettytoes.
Observe signposts and milestones. Do not gobble herring bones.
And remember, said I impressively, if you once cross the county boundary, you cannot come back. Alexander, you are not attending. Here are 2 licenses permitting 2 pigs to go to market in Lancashire. Attend, Alexander. I have had no end of trouble in getting these papers from the policeman." Pigling Bland listened gravely. Alexander was hopelessly volatile. I pinned the papers, for safety, inside their waistcoat pockets. Aunt Pettytoes gave to each a little bundle, and 8 conversation peppermints with appropriate moral sentiments in screws of paper. Then they started. Pigling Bland and Alexander trotted along steadily for a mile. At least Pigling Bland did. Alexander made the road half as long again by skipping from side to side. He danced about and pinched his brother, singing,
"This little pig went to market. This little pig stayed home. This little pig had a bit of meat. Let's see what they've given us for dinner, Pigling."
Pigling Bland and Alexander sat down and untied their bundles. Alexander gobbled up his dinner in no time. He had already eaten all his peppermints.
"Give me one of yours, please, Pigling."
"But I wish to preserve them for emergencies,"
said Pigling Bland doubtfully. Alexander went into squeals of laughter. Then he pricked Pigling with the pin that had fastened his pig paper, and when Pigling slapped him he dropped the pin, and tried to take Pigling's pin, and the papers got mixed up. Pigling Bland reproved Alexander, but presently they made it up again and trotted away together, singing,
"Top, top, the paper son stole a pig and away he ran, but all the tune he could play was over the hills and far away."
"What's that, young sirs? Stole a pig? Where are your licenses?"
said the policeman. They had nearly run against him round a corner. Pigling Bland pulled out his paper. Alexander, after fumbling, handed over something scrumply.
"To 2 1/2-ounce conversation sweeties at 3 farthings. What's this? This ain't a license."
Alexander's nose lengthened visibly. He had lost it.
"I had one. Indeed I had, Mr. Policeman."
"It's not likely they'll let you start without. I am passing the farm. You may walk with me."
"Could I come back too?"
inquired Pigling Bland.
"I see no reason, young sir. Your paper is all right."
Pigling Bland did not like going on alone, and it was beginning to rain, but it was unwise to argue with the police. He gave his brother a peppermint and watched him out of sight. To conclude the adventures of Alexander, the policeman sauntered up to the house about tea-time, followed by a damp, subdued little pig. I disposed of Alexander in the neighbourhood. He did fairly well when he had settled down. Pigling Bland went on alone dejectedly. He came to cross roads and a signpost.
to market town.